if you have a pre-sale and a sale.
This is what pisses people off. Pre-sale should mean
This is the whole stadium.
you get allocated small percentages of every aisle
to sell out.
Whether that's O2 priority, then the
artists
pre-sale,
themselves, the arena, general sale.
Then the Live Nation pre-sale, then general sale. They sold out before it even hit general sale on Friday morning.
Whole arena.
Which means somebody along the way has really fucked up here.
Yeah, it just opened up everything.
It should never do that. What's up, my friends and family? Welcome to Indy and Doctor. This week is our new podcast, launched with To the Stars now. And to Banda in the Stars. Banda in the Stars. I feel very odd right now. Feel a bit exposed to the public. First time I'm wearing a bug in an episode.
Wow. Look at your eyes, you're so awkward.
Thank you for sharing this auspicious occasion with me.
You sounded there when you were speaking a bit like, ventriloquist.
Yeah.
You were speaking, but your lips are moving. Hi, I'm Indy.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I really enjoyed this. Yeah, thank you. Right. No.
Yeah.
No, genuinely, shout out to everybody that is joining for this special episode of us in, as Karan called it, sexy kapre.
So that's how it was saved in the calendar. The thing is, my calendar is full with lots of things and it has to stand out. And I wanted to bring a giggle to your face. So the calendar invite I sent to Indy was like, Indy and Doctor Live podcast in sexy. I think book loads. I don't know if book up it.
You haven't seen the exact words.
You can check out. So yeah, after much requesting.
In person pod in sexy clothes.
Yeah. Many requests for the Stara. Most recently live on BBC Radio London by Shay.
Got outed, man.
So these are like, so you guys are very famous and why are you not wearing a pagga?
You're not doing things, are you?
Yeah, you're doing okay. So why are we dressed like this, Indy? Because...
So shout out to and Cloud 9000, one half of the Cloud 9000 podcast, the head Pradhan, CEO, Prime Minister, Bandai in charge director.
The supreme one.
Supreme leader.
The special one.
Of Cloud 9000.
I love how that's part of his name now.
That is his name, definitely.
Do people call you Indy?
People don't call me Indian Doctor, but we call him and Cloud 9000.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he had his karamai today. So, me and Karan wore smart kapre for it.
Yeah, naturally. So, do you say Gina as well, yeah?
And Gina as well. Congratulations to them both.
Gina is also now part of Cloud 9000. I don't know if you know that, Gina, but yeah, when you marry
a content creator,
this is the life.
This is genuinely a part of your life.
Yeah.
So,
guys,
congratulations.
If you're one of our new followers, if you're one of our old followers and you're thinking about content creation, one of the things I always say, and this is a very, very serious point, is if you want to do and be in this for the long game, then you have to have your partner on side. Okay?
Yeah.
As in, because this takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, it's a vested interest.
It takes all your spare time.
Yeah. And so your partner needs to be in on it. So Sanj is our official manager. Shindy does set production, set design, quality assurance. He's currently obviously looking after my prodigy, which is Ikam, who may take over the podcast at some point with Hindavi's child. I wonder what would be called at that point.
I don't know. Indian Doctor inherited.
We have an interesting
One
thing
of
for
them
you.
has to be a doctor, which means I have to call my child Indy.
Hi.
So Ekam's going to be the doctor.
Okay, just decide that now,
we
won't
just
we?
decided their features and I have to call my child Indy. Great, right?
We have all this talk about how we're going to be progressive. We're not going to make our kids do things.
Straight back
You're like,
to
nahi, tu hi doctor banungi. Yes, decide.
For the sake of the brand, okay? For the sake of the brand. Speaking of brands, let's talk on to the main topic. The reason why you lot clicked today, it might be a little bit late, but it's going to be worth it.
But just pause there. As Indy and I were eating today, Indy turns to me and shout out to Masiji, Indy's mom, who's also there, and says, Karan, we need a name for our fans. Like,
yes, we do.
We're going to put this on the story. We may ask people on live as well. But so Justin Bieber's fans are?
Beliebers.
So in the video.
Tez Ilias's club, his fans are called Tesbians.
Right. Okay.
It's very witty. I like it.
That is very witty. Now, Indy had a brainwave as he just finished the stars. Lots of sugar and glucose rushing to his head. And he said, what about if we called our fans
the indoctrinated?
Because, explain it first.
Because I was trying to think of indoc something, so it's on brand with Indian Doctor. And I was like, I smashed it. And Karan was like, might want to do some research on what that means. I was like, what do you mean? And you said, it's also a program that's in place to stop people from being radicalized.
The prevent campaign?
Like, excuse me.
Yeah. And so what happens is, what you do work-wise, all the bots, right? Yeah. They start seeing this thing online, this word, like, oh, two brown guys every week indoctrinating people.
So which means...
Training camps online.
Which means that Indian Doctor channel no longer exists. It's been deleted.
Yeah, sensible again. We sorry to inform you. Yeah.
Gal khatam ho gaya.
An Indian I get deported and you never see us again.
There you go.
So, guys, what do you want to be called? This is the question.
Any witty names, please tell us. More than happy to take them on. All suggestions on board.
Oh, is that you?
It's fine, don't worry about it. It's in hibernate mode.
Teague. So, we are here today because...
What do you mean we are here? I told you why we're here today. We're now going to talk about the topic of conversation. Brands going wrong. Let's talk about it. Diljit Dosanjh. So, the most highly anticipated tour of his that has been rattling its way through America and through Canada and is now coming to Europe. First stop in Europe, England. In England, they put up the ticket prices already ahead of time on what was happening. To give people a quick recap, you had O2 priority releases on Wednesday morning. You had pre-sale through him and through, I think it was Ticketmaster at midday on Wednesday.
Still for the O2.
Still for the O2. And also for other events as well.
Okay.
Then you had the next day, which is pre-sale under Live Nation.
This is the Thursday you're talking about?
This is Thursday. And the Friday, you had Ticketmaster main sale. Open general public open sale.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So Sanj is obviously the super fan of Diljit. And she said to me, Indy,
you have been tasked.
You have one task here.
In your life.
Which is to get me tickets.
In your whole life. You set alarms, special alarms?
I went to bed late, like midnight, because I was doing a lot.
Yeah.
Woke up at 6 a.m. wired, thinking if I miss my alarm, it's going to be a problem. So I had to get to work for 8:30 to go on to O2 priority. Got to work early. Needs to be said. Only person in the office, sitting there refreshing.
I was going to say your boss is
O2 priority.
Indy's here?
Need the toilet, but held it in.
Number one, number two?
Both.
Wow.
Held it in. Okay. Got to my desk, hit the refresh button, logged into O2 priority.
Bam.
Click on it. Nothing. When I say nothing, I mean it's meant to go to the O2 website and you go through a few steps. And
You've done this before, haven't you?
I've done this before. It didn't do it. It sent me to the AXS website, Axis, and it kept saying, yep, it's here. It'll be here tomorrow. I'm thinking, well,
hello. Why
has it lied to me? So I tried that for about 10 minutes, nothing. And I thought, I give up. It's not happening. It's not happening. We have to stick to the big boss. I text Sanj, said, all right, I'm going to keep an eye out for the ones at midday. I said, cool. So I'm then thinking, let me look again later. I'll look again about 9:15. It's working. So, okay, I'm in. I'm inside the queue and I'm on my phone and I'm on my computer at work.
Dual queue. 2
IP addresses. Very important to make sure you don't get clocked for botting.
Yeah.
Because you can log in from 4 devices on one Wi-Fi connection and it's going to think you're a bot. So at work, I'm clicking on and I'm seeing these tickets are available. And originally, it lets you click into a section of it on the map. You click into a section and you get to have a row of seats and pick available. Yeah. I kept doing that, kept crashing, tickets not available, tickets not available. Did that for about half an hour. Then the website refreshed to a brand new one.
What about, did you have the option for best available and you just did it for you?
And I was getting annoyed. I kept trying everything. I was like, best available. I'm trying to get to the next step in the process of even seeing tickets have been secured. Nothing. They changed the entire website layout. So now you can't pick the seats. It's just done by tiers of prices.
Yep.
Then eventually I'm clicking that. I'm doing that to about 10:30, 11. Nothing. It just keeps saying website isn't working. Website's taken down. Link isn't working. Go back to the start, click it. And then I got accused of being a bot on my computer at work.
Right.
Because it keeps saying, we think this IP address is doing bot activity because I kept pressing refresh. Because the website wasn't working. So I was just doing the necessary thing.
I was doing what my wife asked of me.
I was getting the tickets.
Were you, in your mind, doing
seva,
the highest possible seva as a husband can do?
Absolutely.
Right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You are not doing your work. You're calm.
Oh, the worst thing was my CMO at work was sitting next to me.
Chief what officer?
Chief marketing officer.
Chief marketing officer.
So my boss's boss is sitting next to me for 2 hours.
Okay.
So I'm having to slyly hit refresh on my phone and my computer and do calm at the same time.
Competition.
And I was just there like, this is not going well. And it came to midday and I just thought, I give up.
Oh, wow. You've been at this for 3 hours now.
No. It came to 11, half 11. I thought, I give up. I've got a meeting to get into now from 11:15. So I thought, I'm stopping now. I can't do this.
You feel defeated at this point?
I didn't feel defeated. I was like, we have another bite of the cherry later. Cool. I'm in a meeting from 11:15 to 12:15. I pre-briefed my bubby, my brother. Sanj pre-briefed her sister to go through the pre-sale tickets at 12 o'clock. It's available. She sent the link to everybody. They all click it. Little did she know, or she knew, I didn't know, because when you signed up to this link, you get sent an email with the login or the special code to get you in.
Yeah, it's just a link, hyperlink.
Right. I didn't get that code. It went to my junk.
Yeah, same.
And I'm in work, so I don't know how to do this. So I'm looking at this while I'm trying to pay attention and work, looking like I'm working on my laptop in a meeting, logging on, and it's not going through. And I'm thinking, I've completely flunked this opportunity.
Oh my God.
Then for about 20 minutes, the meeting overruns to about 12:30.
You're like,
They're all chatting.
Diljit.
They're chatting absolute bonk about TikTok. And I'm like, I don't care about TikTok. I need to go.
Man, you should have
So I
been
turned to my manager and I said, I need the toilet. I need to go.
Whoa.
Can I go?
Whoa,
He said, yeah,
whoa.
please go.
I mean, who's going to say no to a man saying he wants to go to the toilet, and especially with your history? Do they know about your toilet history?
No, but I need to piss.
Do they know if Indy needs to go, he needs to go?
No, but I needed a piss. I actually did need a piss.
Oh, this wasn't a lie.
No, I did need a piss. And I was like, I can say that, get out of this meeting, and then I can go and log on. So I did that. I'm going to the toilet.
The things you're doing for
I'm sitting on the toilet and I'm peeing.
Do you think he knows about this?
No. I'm sitting on the toilet and I'm peeing. And I'm looking at my phone and Sanj had got him.
Oh.
To Bubby and Bow. And I thought, how have you done
How
this?
many she's trying to secure?
2 for me and her. That's it.
Wait, you've activated all your agents and it's not for all of you?
No, it's just so they can get 2 tickets with me and Sanj.
Oh, they're not going?
No, they were doing this to serve for me and Sanj.
Wow, man, you...
Activated agents.
Sanj, like...
She thought ahead.
Your family, Indy's family, stepping up, man.
They really tried, bless them. But they were like, I don't know why it's not working. Even Bal was like, I don't get it. I'm in a queue and it's not working.
Oh, because Bal's tried, Bobby's tried.
And her Sandra's sister's tried.
But Aki is going.
That's the other sister.
Huh?
Sandra's 2 sisters?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
You said Aki's doing it, right?
But Aki's different because she can get her own tickets.
Was it Bindi trying to get tickets?
Bindi was trying to get tickets.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And Bindi isn't very up to date with how this kind of things work. So she's a little bit like, I don't understand what's going on. And that
Does she know to click on the link?
No, she was basically saying there's a lot of people in the queue ahead of me. Am I going to make it through? Because it shows you a number.
Yeah.
Then eventually Sanj said, got them. And she didn't say anything for 10, 15 minutes. I was thinking, got what? Have you got through the link? Are you in the queue? Be specific with your words.
Be specific, woman.
But she was actually in a meeting at work, chairing a meeting as well at the same time.
Oh my God, you lot live on the
She was committed, yeah? Cool. She gets a ticket. She sends me the confirmation. She said, I didn't get it. Ticketmaster have whacked up the prices. What's happening here? And we said, look, we knew it was going to be quite a bit. Came to about 140 pre-Ticketmaster fees. With Ticketmaster fees, it came to 160 per head.
And that's without, there's another fee that comes at the end, which is the
admin fee.
Cancellation
fee. I didn't do that.
I was like, look, Diljit is not cancelling.
He's not cancelling.
He knows Sanj is going to be there. He will be turning up.
Yep. So that all happens. That's fine. Get home. And I put on an Instagram story. Got an Aujla tickets. Diljit tickets.
Wait, do the eyes. Happy. Do the eyes.
Huh? I did and then a happy thing, and I paid lovely day over it. Yeah.
Was it clear from our story that you got both, that you were thinking about?
Apparently, people think I didn't have either.
Yeah.
But I was saying I've got both.
No, see, when I looked at it, I thought it looked like you were deciding which ones you wanted to get. Karan, Diljit. That's what it looked like.
No.
Oh.
No.
And so basically, he was being a knob.
No, I was showing my happiness.
Hey, I've got both. You guys have got no tickets.
I didn't say that. I didn't say this is rubbing in your face. I just did that.
Wow.
Then afterwards, I said Ticketmaster fees high. So I got it. Our DMs start blowing up with people
boom.
saying prices are oversaturated. How did you get tickets? Oh my God, I don't get it. Are you picking between the two? And I thought, I didn't expect this. And it turned out to be the news story of the week in the Desi circles in the world.
Where did you pull your phone up from just then?
Under here.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. So much so that Diljit was getting a lot of shit thrown at him, wasn't he, online for what happened. First things first, Thursday night, it comes to...
Thursday night. Wait a second. You've secured tickets on Wednesday now, yeah?
Secured tickets. Thursday night.
I've got tickets on Thursday, by the way.
You did? Did you?
Yeah, pre-sale.
I'll come to you in a sec. Brit Asia put up a post saying... Diljit's pre-sale sells out within 30 minutes. Actually, was that Thursday night? Doesn't say.
But just to give clarification here, in general, if you have a pre-sale and a sale,
right? This is what pissed people off. Okay,
pre-sale should mean.
Pre-sale should mean.
Let's use the thing. This is the whole stadium.
You get allocated small percentages of every aisle
to sell out.
Exactly. Whether that's O2 priority. Then the
artists themselves, the arena, general sale.
Then the Live Nation pre-sale, then general sale. They sold out before it even hit general sale on Friday morning.
The whole arena. Which shouldn't be possible.
Which means somebody along the way has really fucked up here.
Yeah, it just opened up everything.
It should never do that. you should have tickets allocated for every single part. So it's like a drop where you have separate amounts allocated. Now, when that happened on the Brit Asia comment section, everybody said, how does that whole O2 get fully booked in 30 minutes? There is only 5 or 6 seats left. It doesn't make sense. What the hell? That's not fair. The prices are crazy. O2 has plenty of tickets this afternoon, but are all very pricey. And the ones left over were about £400 or £500 a piece. And no one's paying that. That is of like a suitable income level, I guess.
Yeah, what you're saying is your average person. I mean,
average person isn't buying that, man.
Your wealthy person or business person probably will get that. Yeah. Someone will buy it. Don't think that's the issue.
People might buy it, yeah, for sure. But
no, I think it's gone now, isn't it? Someone will buy it.
Maybe.
Even if not just to buy and resell it.
Others were losing their mind over saying I was 457th in line, but then I got timed out. Not fair. Are there going to be more venues? Don't forget, too much arrogance is not good. Don't forget, too much arrogance is not good. Diljit exists because of the audience. Don't play with the sentiments of people. That sounded like a threat, bro.
Yeah, and that's easy. I think that's a very dangerous narrative now because, again, it's more complicated than just the artist. I had this chat with Sanj actually. I was like, fine, you got the artist, you got promoters, you got venue, you got Ticketmaster. Everyone needs a piece of the pie, right? But those are all nameless people. Diljit is the only person you can actually target this anger towards. So saying that he's not humble, I don't know how involved he is in that process.
I think he is not involved in any of this ticketing process. Now, in response to what happened, he then says, I'm going to launch a second show in London. So he puts out a second show for the Saturday. He adds that on.
Is that the Saturday before the Birmingham show?
So Friday was the...
Oh no, yours in October, isn't it?
Yeah, as is after Birmingham.
Yeah, as is September. Yeah.
So
he's got Paris.
In London.
And then Birmingham.
So it was going to go Paris, Birmingham. London, Birmingham, Dusseldorf, Amsterdam, somewhere.
No, London. London's much later. It's in October, isn't it?
Yeah.
Paris, Birmingham, and then I don't know where he goes.
Okay, and then back again.
I think he ends in London, maybe.
Right. So quite wild. He adds another date on the following day. And people are a bit, not upset, but they're like, I don't get how this has happened. Why didn't you book another day on top?
What do you mean, another show?
And because you should have thought ahead to the demand levels that are available.
No, but how can you know that?
I don't think that's realistic.
That's not realistic.
People are being unfair there.
Yeah.
You have to react to the circumstances that are given to you.
Test demand. Demand is there.
What the problem started to show was the next day when the ticket prices were put up, they were the same again or maybe higher.
For this next show.
Right. And even though it's the next day after. So it's not, I don't blame Diljit for this. I blame his team. His team have done this really badly. And they've actually booked the ticket prices at such a high level that people feel like they're kind of being robbed a little bit because they compare the price of what it was 3 years ago to now. And I get it. He's done Jimmy Fallon, Coachella, all that stuff. I understand. But you also have to think, this is my audience of people. And these people, not all of them are on absolute bags of money. You can have tiers of tickets for sure. But the ones up top that are really far away should be affordable. And now for the one in Birmingham, I think it was £56.
The lowest tier.
Yeah.
Correct.
£56. In London, it was 85 starting. Right. And that's extortionate in my eyes because I'm thinking even football matches don't even pay that, ask for that much.
What would you pay £85 for a live experience too?
I paid £85 for the UFC and I've been about 20 feet away from the ring. That's not an exaggeration.
As it says, good exchange.
Yeah. That's a good exchange. And that was at the O2.
I'll ask you as a person, but you as a person who works in marketing as well, who obviously is involved in selling things. When you think about how somebody sets a price or therefore translates into this is what the value of something is, how do you think about that process? Well, for example, you do freelance work, right? So you have to set an hourly rate. That number has to be based on something like your value.
But my hourly rate isn't going to go up by twice the amount in 3 years.
So yours is it's not obviously like CPI, it's not inflation. This is disproportionately.
It feels greedy. That's what people were angry about. We understand that you're bigger now than ever and you can charge a premium. Don't double your prices in 3 years. That's what angered people. To give people comparison, tickets to Karan Aujla, £85.
Starting.
No, the seats that I got, I'm in the same block. Yeah. So
equivalent. Okay.
I got the same block area. Yeah. For I think it's like center to like the middle part of it on the right or on the left. That's the area that me and Sanj go for because we want to make sure that that's comfortable seating and you get to see everything. Cool. Karan Aujla, £85, including all Ticketmaster fees. Diljit, £160 post fees. that's a bit mad considering Karan Aujla is also only 1 month prior to him coming. So people feel like Karan Aujla's come out of this very, very well. He looks very good because he now looks like the more up and coming affordable artist that's thinking about the people. When in reality, who knows if he's going to do the same? No one knows. But right now, his PR looks fantastic. For Diljit, people were starting to, and this is where it goes back to the dancers thing, where others are like, Cloud 9000 have covered this, saying dancers haven't been paid for performing for him live. The tide is starting to turn a little bit against him, where it's starting to be like, when you're on top, people do flip against you.
Do you know what?
But these factors aren't helping his reputation.
Not helping,
what's happening
but
here.
I think at the same time, it's not going to last. By that, I mean, there might be this good sun out, right? But if it's sold out shows, the people are going to come there, going to have a good time.
True, but those that couldn't afford to go are going to have resentment towards it.
Yeah, maybe, but the level he's operating at now, that I don't think it represents a big percentage or a margin. You're right, but you can't keep everyone happy. I think the other thing which is interesting is, see, I've attended a lot of live things, non-concert, non-sporting as well. So for example, Tony Robbins, right? Tony Robbins' 4-day flagship event, entry level is like 500 quid. That's entry level. To be like first, second row, you're paying like 5-6 grand. So, or for me, that's very normal. So when I see these prices, I'm just like, but it depends what you're right. It definitely depends on what your comparison.
I've never seen a musical artist charge that much.
Yeah, but then somebody posted about Taylor Swift, didn't they? £600-700. So
Taylor Swift is very mainstream.
Yeah. Well, yeah, true. But which other Punjabi artist is selling out arenas like Diljit man? This level?
Correct, hardly any.
Like, I thought about today in the car. Like, we're going to the, we're hosting part of the, what do you call it, Sick Gains opening ceremony, right? Jazzy's coming, right? Jazzy's big.
Jazzy B, yeah.
Jazzy's big, right? People like that. They can't sell out arenas like Diljit man.
Correct.
Yeah.
However, that doesn't mean you take advantage of the situation and charge extortionate amounts.
I'm not talking about taking advantage, but again, there is this line about how do you determine value, right? And so what you're saying is, but it's like, I feel, say that, so what was the max price more? Like 553 quid for Birmingham, right? Say the max price been 250, I think people still would have complained. So it's like, at what point do people are like, oh, that's fine. Let's just have all the tickets for like 10 quid or 50 quid.
I think what's fine with that is if your max price is 250, that's okay. Because that's for the people who can afford that higher bracket.
Yeah.
The bit that was weird is the middling prices were very high.
Yeah, you talk about Should you explain that?
So the middling prices, the £85, I've just given the example. And the £85 of what it normally is was double. That's where it gets weird, where you're like, hang on, that doesn't add up.
So your point is this now, and this is like, let's take the analogy with labor and VAT and private schools, right? The people who are going to always be able to pay the top tier are always going to be able to top tier. Same with the Jeet, right? You're saying it's the squeeze on what you used to be that middle is now a lot more.
Those are the ones who are like, well, I'm getting shafted.
Yeah. See that now I get it.
But also people who are lower as well in income, they're struggling to even go. Because
so here's the
it's very expensive and you get a shit view.
So here's the view of devil's advocate. Is that an artist's problem? If you can't afford, is that my problem?
It's not, but if you have a heart, which some performers do, they play this very well. I take the example of Mo Gilligan.
Yeah, tell the example.
Mo Gilligan went on Shits and Gigs recently, and they had him on, and he was asking them, how you feeling about your tour and stuff? Everything's coming up with you at the O2. You're going abroad. And they said, yeah, it's going good. It's just people sent us a lot of hate for how much the prices were at the O2. Some people were scalping. Those don't understand what scalping is. It's when you buy and sell your tickets for a much higher price again. Yeah,
flipping it.
Yeah, you're flipping it for a massive profit. And they were saying, why your ticket price is £700 messaging Shits and Gigs? And they said, it's not up to us. People have bought it ahead of time and they're trying to do horrible stuff. Get in early. And Mo said, my way of combating that is, I know people do this. So what I do is my lowest price of any event that I do is £40. And I make sure it's at £40. That way it's affordable for people who can make it to the event. And for those that are on lower incomes, they can still come through because Mo had it hard. He lived in a rough area and he had next to no money. So he said, I'm never going to forget those people who are like that. And I will leave a space for them and I will give them capacity to try and get those tickets so they're not priced out of it. Now, when you do that, you win the hearts of people. And I think that is a massive differentiator to sets him apart from other performers that just jack it up and up and up. And I get that it might not be the performers are exposed to it and it's their team, but the fact that Mo has implemented that and saying it has to be like that is actually a really slick policy. And that's something that we might do in the future. But if Diljit came out and said, guys, the reason why it's this much is because these are my ticket prices. This is how much I need to pay for the venue. This is how much I got to pay for tech stuff. This is how much staff is. This is how much I'm not paying dancers. Like, if you add all that stuff in onto a spreadsheet.
See, even the dance stuff, like, that's contentious.
I'll come to that, yeah. But even if you write that on a spreadsheet and say, this is how much it is, this is how much we actually make off it. Do you understand now why the prices are this? If you show how much it was in the past and say, this is how much that is, the take home is roughly the same. The prices of everything else have gone up. People aren't angry at you. They take that to the venue and the people who are running it. That's where it goes. So you've got to be wise to this stuff and think, how can I get in front of it?
Yeah, but there's only so much headspace you can actually put towards this stuff. Like, again, you're not going to please everyone, right? So correct. I like what you said there about Mo Gilligan. And I think the point is that even if somebody tries to fill up a £40 ticket, if you know its face value is £40, then actually you're not going to be saying, well, I'm going to pay £500 for it. And you'll be like, well, mate, that's like, you clearly over 40. I'm not going to pay over the top. Your point is by being accessible to all levels. Again, I'll give you McDonald's.
Which is nice.
McDonald's Savers menu.
Yeah.
The one-off burger, which is here, right? It appeals to everybody, whoever wants to get in.
Yeah.
To be fair, like again, we said, so in the Birmingham pricing, I don't know London prices, the cheapest
£56.
price, £59.
But I think those went like that immediately.
Yeah, but then that's not the performance problem. If they go quickly, they go quickly. What you're saying is maybe a great proportion should be of that price point.
But the proportionality of that is £56 to £500. That variance is massive.
Yeah, but yours is not about so much the variance. Yours is about the percentage of at the lower and mid tier pricing. Yes. It should be greater than the.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's
because
true.
The closer you are to stage, the less seating there is. The higher up you go.
But then if we take the analogy of.
The greater it gets in terms of seating capacity.
Remember that break? I don't know if you've seen this breakdown about how airlines make money off the seats. Have you seen that?
No.
They're basically saying if you look at the amount of income generated by business and first, that's where the profit is. There's no profit made off the economy seats at all.
Yeah.
But you have to sell those. But actually your margin is all made on the top tier. So then, I don't know if this is a direct analogy, but when I'm looking at performance, then they're probably thinking, let me give you another example, actually. I went to see Gary Vee at the NEC 2019, right? So we met the owner of that, Success Resources, backstage. And he was like, at this initial event, we make no money. So all the ticket sales just cover the venue. The upsell, we get a little bit of profit, but the upsell, we actually make some money.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it is. Maybe with these are big events. These aren't like, where did he gig last time? Like
Same place, O2.
Oh, he's done O2 before.
Same place in O2, yeah.
I definitely, and this is 20, when this is, which
this
album?
Was after COVID.
Which
album?
album?
Me and Sanj, this was...
It's not Born to Shine, it's after Born to Shine.
Moon, what's it called? Moonchild Era.
Okay.
Right? That was a really good album. I really liked that album. But me and Sanj, apparently I asked her, I said, did we buy tickets ahead of that? It's fine, I'm going to round this out.
Yeah.
She said, did we buy tickets ahead of that? I said, I can't remember. Then she said, no, we bought them last minute. So we still had accessibility to go and buy it last minute and get really good seats. And that was because they moved the concert from COVID to post-COVID and we went to go and see him.
Got it.
So he moved his schedule around and then there was space for us to go and see him. Different person now to then, I get it. But yeah, wild. So if we look at his actual comments that are on his thing, people are trolling the hell out of him.
The Dilge.
So, why is the show sold out already? There are some of us waiting weeks, months for this, and it's not fair. These third-party sellers are taking them away. The website is crashing. Diljit and Ticketmaster is showing the same area's tickets at different prices. The process is frustrating to buy these. Please fix. You really want to watch your show.
Sorry, just pause on that comment. If an arena is sold out, yeah, irrespective of the time frame, let's say 30 minutes, whatever we're saying, and there's no technical fault, as in, let's just make up some numbers here. Say it's 1,000 seats, right? And let's say 100,000 people are looking at them, and the first 1,000 get the seats.
I think Ticketmaster and the ticketing sites need to hold some smoke here because they are incredibly difficult and fickle a lot of the time. A part of me feels the way that it's set up is so dodgy, it doesn't actually help the system itself.
Explain that point.
So if somebody has bought if all the tickets are gone, stop giving people false hope for an hour that there's more tickets still there.
That's a fair point.
That really
I'm trying to get away from. Clearly, somebody has bought the seats, right? Those seats are sold. It's not like they're just fake seats or it's a fake sale. Unless, like we watched that clip that you got me to watch, which is about somebody strategically has bots which are buying seats.
So
and
this is where the speculation comes in. So people are assuming that bots have gone in and bought things. You can't really prove that at the moment. You can say people are doing scalping, which is normal behavior.
Yeah.
But bots going in and doing that. I sent you a link. Excuse me. I sent you a link by John Oliver, who covered how Ticketmaster let bots basically run rampant on their website. And they do very little to stop it. This is 3 years ago, trying to show you how the system's a little bit flawed and how artists are actually backed into corners and they have to go through Live Nation and Ticketmaster.
Correct.
And AXS because
there's no one else.
They're the big monopolies.
They can't sell.
And I'm pretty sure that Live Nation
has been bought now.
It has been bought by Ticketmaster.
Or merged or something, yeah.
And I'm sure AXS has been bought by Ticketmaster.
Okay, so it's
just a one-person place where they can set and do whatever they want. They don't have to do anything different because they've secured all these venues.
Yep.
And the only way for an artist to enter that venue is to have tickets sold via them.
Like a listed caterer when you go to a venue at your wedding.
A what?
So when you go to some venues, like Motorcycle Museum, when I had my reception.
Oh, they have a list of approved vendors. Yeah.
Yeah, for like the caterer, for example. Like you have to use this or sorry, you can't,
Yeah. So there is that. And I don't think it's down to a botting thing. I feel like they messed up the release of tickets and not letting percentages be sold at every single
everyone having a fair
thing.
Pop.
There should be
having
20
a fair pop.
If there were 5 events, you should have 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. 20% of all your ticket allocation on each one.
Oh, not 5 events, 5 sections, you mean?
Sorry, no. If they have 5 pre-releases or 5 releases,
that's it.
O2 priority, his own personal one, his pre-sale and general sale, 4, sorry. You have 4. So you should have done 25% capacity for each one across the entire venue, just to make it fair.
Yeah, so what you're saying is everybody has an equal opportunity to get a ticket. Doesn't guarantee you're going to get a ticket.
And I don't
know because
the
demand here, so that's fine. But the demand people have to appreciate is very, very high.
It is. And if it is, just say no more and leave it. Don't give people false hope, sit in there, hit refresh all day.
Yeah.
People didn't work for days, by the way. Some people were that pissed off trying to get tickets all day, all night, hoping that if they log in later at night, someone might have listed their ticket again because they can't go and they try and buy it instantly. Me personally, I remember I bought that spare Karan Aujla ticket for 2. And then I put it up and I sold it at face value because I don't want to scout people. I was like, it's expensive enough as it is. Sorry?
You spare ticket?
I had two spare and then I listed them again.
Did you tell me about them?
Yeah, I'm sure I did. And you said you couldn't make it.
I'm not sure, but I didn't check the messages.
You couldn't make it.
When is it?
The one in London.
Pardon?
So I bought 4 in the same day. 2 for me, 2 for Sanj and her sister. Sorry?
Sure, first time hearing about this. So normally I have to get things offered before they go in general sale. No pre-sale for me, was there?
The
podcast partner.
14. No, what date was it?
Oh, can't find it now.
No, I'm trying to find the date.
It's convenient. No, convenient. Yeah.
Don't do this.
Oh, pressure.
Don't do this.
Look at the camera, guys. Get on YouTube. Look at his bulta.
It's not even that bulta thing. Let me go into.
I'm gonna release. You know, in the story, I might release our WhatsApp conversation of him not offering them to me.
Of me what? Not bringing it to you? Okay.
Come on then.
Karan Aujla, sale confirmation. Congratulations, your ticket sold. Friday the 6th of September.
Friday the 6th of September. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you didn't offer that to me.
Pretty sure I did.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna look at this.
Dig through the conversation because we bought 4 tickets. Me, Sanj, her sister, and her brother-in-law.
Friday,
but then her sister and brother-in-law got the disability tickets.
Yeah.
So I listed those back at face value and just sold it on.
That's it. Yeah.
Because that was the right thing.
That's the right. Oh, all about the right things, isn't it?
That was the right thing to do.
Okay.
I'm sure we offered this to you. It would not make sense that I didn't. I think Sanj put it in the conversation and you guys didn't reply.
So then what's the second level? Then you ring us, don't you?
Oh my God, Baji. I'm not going to hold your hand. Baji. Read your conversation and messages.
I know you got a baby.
Going back to the Diljit conversation and the comments, people said, will the dancers be paid?
We need more clarification on this, man.
We don't fully know what happened
Exactly.
There.
It's hearsay. You're hearing from one side.
It is hearsay and we don't know if it's true. But here you go. Someone said you should have done Wembley Stadium, 90k sold out, definitely. And he wrote, dates problem? That's what he wrote back to them. Essentially saying, I can't find a date for it. So it couldn't have happened. Someone said, I love you. Okay.
That's Sanj.
Baji, why are they 500 quid each? Yeah, we need another Birmingham date. People are kicking off about the fact there's not another Birmingham date. In terms of population density and percentages, there's a bigger desi population in Birmingham ratio versus London. So he should have had a second Birmingham date for sure. And he might do that. And if he does, I think he might anger fans again because they feel like it was all gone and now it's back again. You can't win now. You're kind of, but again, no matter what you do, you're backed into a corner.
Or he may get no, man. So I'm just like, this guy just appreciate, man.
This is what fuck people off, okay? The fact that the dates the prices here were not equitable to the prices in Germany, Amsterdam, and Paris. Now, I understand there isn't much of a Desi community there and you have to have lower prices, but don't just fleece people over here because you can, because you know the demand is higher. That's what I think is annoying people when they're like, why is it so cheap there but not here? Which might lead other people that can't get tickets in the UK to actually go to those events abroad and go and have a weekend out of it.
Yeah, but then you got other costs you're going to have towards that as well.
Yeah, and even then, that's only for the upper middle, maybe middle class. For those that are on lower incomes, no chance. So it's a tricky situation and there's no right way of going about it from his perspective.
Yeah, but supply and demand. Supply and demand dictates the price.
Let us know what you think. You should in the comments. Please do tell us and let us know your thoughts. Were you successful? Did you get tickets? Are you going? Will you see us there? Tell us.
He's at the London event. I'm at the Birmingham event.
You might bump into us.
Yes.
What I was going to say is shout out to Haroon Rashid at the BBC Asian Network, who did me absolutely dirty.
Dirty!
So on the Instagram story, I put a Q&A up, which we're going to go over later. And I said, hey guys, Q&A, let me know your thoughts. We will be covering the questions about Diljit. So don't ask any questions. It'll be okay. Someone then asked, would you resell your tickets? And I said,
dun, dun, na, na, na.
This. Where is it?
Called it.
Here we go.
To the Q&A, but this one made me laugh. I think if I sold our tickets to Diljit, considering my wife is a flipping super fan, that would be straight grounds for divorce. Not even a question. So, unfortunately, not.
So, Haroon saw that.
And thought.
Put it on the Asian Network on his show. Thank you, Haroon, for that, by the way. Appreciate that. He did give us a shout out as well. And that spurred a whole other conversation of people saying, there's got to be a price. He said, look, there has to be a price here.
Everybody has a price, right?
There has to be a price.
Everybody has a price.
I think I got the clip of him saying it. Hang on. Where is it? Where could
put it in a group.
be? Here it is.
Seemed to be hard to get. And I saw my friend Indy, who's also a podcaster. He has a podcast called Indy and Doctor. I saw that he had managed to get some tickets to Diljit Dosanjh. So I thought, maybe he's buying them to resell, which a lot of people do. I was like, maybe he's buying them to resell. Maybe I can ask him if I can buy his tickets instead. Next thing you know, I saw his Instagram story.
If I sold our tickets to Diljit, considering my wife is a super fan, that would be straight grounds for divorce. Not even a question. So, unfortunately, not.
He didn't even hesitate.
That would be straight grounds for divorce.
That is strong words.
That would be straight grounds for divorce.
Selling your Diljit Dosanjh tickets would be straight grounds for divorce.
That would be straight grounds for divorce.
I'm not so sure. He didn't even ask that person who was asking him the question what they would give him in return. Surely he should have asked at least what they were willing to give up in return.
What's your offer?
He is correct. I should have asked. I didn't. But I don't think that's my decision to make. That's on my wife. If she has a price, we can ask her because it's her event.
Why don't we have
let's play a game.
Silent auction.
Let's play a game.
We'll do the game, but we should have a silent auction with our fans.
Okay.
And you can all make offers.
Okay.
You understand what a silent auction is, right?
Yeah, people just write down how much you want to pay for it.
Exactly. So they don't know and they can't compete like that.
Yeah.
And then we decide if we want to take them on their offer.
No. So we're going to play a game now.
Right.
And the game is what's Sanj's price? Because apparently my brother called her and said, I know her price and you should really play it higher or lower and figure out what you think her price will be.
For one ticket, 2 tickets?
Let's say 2 and then halve it. Done.
Yeah, fine. 2 grand.
2 grand, do you think?
Yep.
Just 2 grand flat, nothing.
My strategy is, I don't know this, but I'm thinking mortgage payment.
I think she would still want to go. So
the thing is, what we need to caveat in this is, it has to be a realistic offer that somebody make. So we're not going to say £1 million.
Mm-hmm.
You should take it, right? So it has to be something that somebody realistically pay. And I think that's why 2 grand.
Well, in the following call, Haroon said he had somebody on the phone and the woman was like, priceless, can't be sold, etc.
Sanj on the phone. Yeah,
he got her to agree
to
because he got her to agree to selling it if he got her to sit next to Karan Aujla in studio and Karan Aujla gave her a kiss on the cheek.
Good deal.
And she agreed.
Right. So
she agreed to sell the tickets to her and he's like,
right.
I'm kidding, that's not going to happen.
Do you know what Indy, what is that an example of?
Bribery.
No. We have a term for this. And I do too in Monopoly. What is that called?
Off the board deals.
That's called off the board deal, right? Off the board deals are my specialty.
Absolutely.
Right. And yeah. So You'll have a price. I'll have a price. Sanj will have a price. It's just, for example, Sanj, you're going to give me the tickets for free, and I'm going to arrange for you to have a one-on-one 10-minute personal meeting with Diljit.
Yeah, but that's if we can organise it.
Yeah. So, well, exactly. So to use the
But
example
even then,
there,
I feel like she wouldn't want to meet him. Because it would take away from the aura.
So she wants the...
It's like I would
mystery.
never want to meet LeBron James because it would take away from the aura.
No, it's if he doesn't meet the expectation, or like we talked about when commentators' voices, right? You expect a certain thing, and you see him, you're like, "Hi." So what you're saying is you don't want him to not be what he's in your mind. But if you imagine if he was and he was more, you're like, yo.
Yeah, but that's a hard bar to clear.
Yeah,
because those expectations become unrealistic in your head. For you, so yours is what? How much?
What?
For Sanj to accept the
yeah,
prices.
$2,000.
$2,000, yeah. I'm gonna say has to be a meet and greet to meet him. I think she would do a meet and greet to get the tickets.
Oh, so you're doing an offer deal. You're not going to offer a price, but this is somebody who's willing to pay. No,
I don't know. She might have a custom.
Have a price. Have a price as well.
Okay, price for me will be
then,
$5,000.
$5,000.
$5,000.
Go.
I'm gonna call him Friday. Yeah. Her first audio appearance. She's been on the podcast already. Episode 100. If you're not familiar,
watch it, please. It's really funny. Sanj is actually enjoying a weekend on her own. She does not want to be disturbed by Indy.
Thanks. She doesn't want to be a sub on me. That's true. No, I'll have the conversation with my wife. Thank you.
My wife?
Yeah. You want to beckon the phone to you?
Hello.
You are live on the Indy and Doctor podcast, wifey. Hello.
Hi.
Don't sound too scared.
Hello. I am Sanj, and I am on the podcast, and I am a TV presenter.
So, Sanj.
Yeah.
I have heard from the grapevine that you do have a price for your Diljit Dosanjh tickets. Karan, how much do you think it is?
So I think if Sanj had offered in the region for both tickets £2,000, she would take the offer.
And mine was $5,000, or a meet and greet with him 1-to-1.
So I would only swap my tickets for better tickets or in a different country and a meet and greet. That's the only reason. But then if you had that money, why wouldn't you just pay for the meet and greet yourself, even though he's not doing a meet and greet?
Yeah, but this is your price. It ain't about logic. This is your price. If you were the only person in the world willing to sell.
What covers me to get another Diljit ticket? That's all I'll ask for.
That's it. That's nothing. So you made me sound like it. So I got trolled on Asian Network for nothing.
I mean, I'd still divorce you if you sold my ticket.
Yeah, of course you would.
So if I offer you $2,000 right now, Sanj, you taking it or not?
But I've just looked up tickets now. The only couple that are left is like 4 left, and they're all £500, but they're like the second row from the stage.
Right. I don't want to be seeing the soles of his shoes, you know?
Those Jordans.
Yeah, and also a lot of people just, like Malkeet Singh, they all get up and then they all run to the front.
Good point. Good point.
Not going to be enjoyable.
I feel like it's going to be tight security, man. Like the venue you saw Malkeet versus O2 Arena.
It wasn't tight at the O2. It's like they tell you to sit down, everyone's standing up. There's only so much they can tell you, just sit down.
You sure?
Right? Yeah, we saw it there in Sanj.
Yeah.
Or people were like notching in the...
People don't want to sit down. We just want to dance.
Yeah. People were dancing in the walkways.
The aisles, yeah. Sanj, $2,000, yes or no?
Yes, for 4 front row seat tickets. That are 540.
But Sanj, how do you know?
Okay, wait.
No.
How about this? 4 seats, and it's just 4 seats for you, and you lie down, and Indy's not there.
No. I'll take me, Indy, you and Shindy. We can all go.
There you go.
I just wanted to see you the extra 2 seats to go to there.
Looking after Ekdom though. Sorry.
She'll be on stage with the. She'll be on stage with Diljit. Also, the Karan Aujla tickets, I've just been informed live on the podcast that Indy had 4 tickets, and I'm pretty sure that he didn't offer me the 2 before he sold them.
I'm sure we put in the group, Sanj, saying, hey, tickets to tomorrow.
Yeah. We're going to check this, and we're going to post it on the story. I'm going to post a WhatsApp.
You can if you want.
Yeah, because I don't think it happened.
You can if you want.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's your price.
So right, $2,000, she'd take it. So
I said 5.
So I win, man.
Okay, so you
she'd obviously take 5. But
I have regged it.
I don't want loads of money for I'll pay off your mortgage, all of that sort of stuff. It's not worth that. I can pay my mortgage myself.
Big man. Big man things.
I want to see Diljit.
Good answer.
The Dilj.
Yeah, as I'm watching Jamila right now.
Oh, you didn't go with Animal? Oh, okay.
She is,
No, I
she
didn't
is
watch
such a
Animal.
fan. She's getting ready to see him.
Through
by
and
doing
through.
this.
Doing her
Through and
research,
through, man.
practice. Oh, Sanj, you going to make a sign for him?
I haven't made a sign for him previously, but I could.
You could.
But I'm too far away. He's not going to see it.
That's a good point. You'll be walking through the venue
Do you
with
know
that
what?
sign, looking a bit desperate.
For Arjit Singh, when we saw him in Birmingham, what people were doing, I thought it was a genius idea, is they were allowing people to come up to the stage, and Arjit was like, come here, and then they'd hold a sign up, and then he'd read it, and then he'd just do the request, irrespective of where you're sitting.
Oh, that's nice.
I thought it was really good. Then I thought,
That is doing the unscalable.
yeah, then I thought, what about if I prepare a letter? Letters always work. Because the thing is, they're never going to read the letter at that moment, but they go away like, oh, somebody took the time to write a letter. And then maybe,
They'll think
This
there's
is-
drugs in it or something. Like,
Oh,
they won't
nay,
give
nay.
it to him.
I did this for Jordan Peterson, man, and he thought, I thought
Yeah,
it was
but
the
how
only-
do you know that he read
I
it?
thought it was it. No, sure. I thought it'd be the only one, but there were like a lot of people, and he was like, straight in his pocket. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, fine. They must have it. You're right.
That
Sanj,
defo
they also
went
have a
in the bin,
screening
bro.
process, huh?
Definitely went in the bin, bro.
Yeah, maybe. But I told him
Okay,
everything.
we need to think about something that's going to get us like
On
a
the-
letter or like a
on the podcast.
sign or something else. Though.
We're Dilge.
Dilge on the podcast.
Yeah,
Maybe.
invite him on your podcast.
Maybe.
Well, we have connections now directly to him, so that can be arranged.
I don't think that can be arranged. No
I
chance.
don't think they're direct.
Yeah, I don't think
Well, I
that's
mean, one of
direct.
them is pretty
If they're
direct.
direct, I would know about this.
No, you know about
Can
them.
we not do this
We're not gonna
live?
disclose
Can we
who
not
they
do this
are.
live on air, please?
We're not going to discuss who they are, but I think we have certain people who are directly.
I think you are over egging this severely.
Sanj,
Indirect is what I would say.
I'd say
look,
indirect.
I think there's one word that, is a code word that only you two will understand. Mermaid, right? That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
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 That's all I'm
Code
gonna-
word
Code word mermaid.
Mermaid.
Operation Mermaid could be,
Broken Mermaid.
could be.
what'd you say? Broken Mermaid.
What did you say? Broken mermaid.
No, it's an Operation Mermaid.
Operation mermaid.
Operation Mermaid. I think that's a direct link.
This
I
is
think.
really great for the audience to listen to, by the way. Yeah.
Guys, you'll find that one.
Inside jokes. Yeah. Anyway,
Okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back. To
thank you,
watching
wife.
Jamila now.
Thank you for your contribution. Much love. Speak to you soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
There you go.
I was right. I win, yeah.
You were right, he says.
Thank
Okay.
you, as
Okay.
always. Yeah.
Well, that was fun.
Mm,
Now we know her price.
mm,
Very technical answer.
mhm.
Diljit Dosanjh, man. Unfortunately, the fans are not very happy with you, budgie. Gotta be aware
Yes,
of
but all
this.
the ones that have more tickets will see there are going to be very happy. It's all going to blow over. No one will remember.
Until we dredge it up and make reels out of this.
Yeah.
To remind people of
Yeah.
the trauma.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, questions.
Yes, so, Hanji budgies. Hanji. Let's just
Oh,
ignore
that means
the
this week I don't get to do my jingle.
Let's just
Oh,
ignore
you're
the
already
jingle.
sad, isn't it? Just sing it anyway.
jingle. It's all right.
Just sing it anyway.
You can if you want.
Do you want me to? You don't
Of
want
course
to
you
hear
can.
it. None of the voice is back. That's why Andy doesn't really want it. He's just asking for it. I'm not going to
can
give
if
it
you
to him.
want.
No, you clearly don't want it.
Oh my God, I'm not going to beg you. Just do it or don't bother.
No, bothering. I'm not
Fine.
bothering. It's fine.
No, God, no, God.
You didn't offer me Karan
Let's
Aujla
move on.
tickets. You don't want me to do the
Let's move
jingle.
on. Go in a hissy fit.
Right, you're creating the questions, yeah?
I've got it here.
There's quite a few questions, aren't there?
Yeah.
Number one is anonymous.
Okay, let's do the anonymous question first.
Take
So
it.
this is actually a semi-serious question. So,
Get comfortable.
advice on meeting my fiance's wider family for the first time as a newly engaged son-in-law. Please keep my message anonymous.
Yeah, so, I mean, you've got quite an interesting story about meeting your...
I think we've said this before.
You have said it, so it may be worth just recapping on that, but it's quite funny. So he's newly engaged, which means the immediate family you've met. This is more about the wider family.
Cousins, dais, daya, masis, etc.
Yeah.
Was,
Well, look, one thing, depending on the family you're going into, is generally, daughter-in-law versus son-in-law to be, son-in-law, divide privilege. People shouldn't tend to be a little bit nicer. So that's the first thing. You're the outside person coming in.
Yeah, as a
male.
son-in-law, there tends to be more leeway for you. As the
Leeway, less
daughter,
expectation.
probably not looking great, mate.
Yeah,
You might get some hostile
daughter-
reaction. You might not.
Well, I don't know if that early you get the hostile reaction, but I feel people
You might.
are...
I said might.
They're more hawk-eyed and they're looking for how's the behavior, how do they do this, how do they interact, how do they say, Sat Sri Akal, stuff like that. So I think, bro, and what I don't know about the question about the person asking is, do you have any form or level of social anxiety? Is that part of the question? Do you not like chatting in kind of big groups?
Yeah, Karan, you have to
people-
understand that when you submit a question on Instagram, it has a character limit, so you can't really specify this.
Yeah, no, obviously. But I'm just saying, if that's part of your question,
give some broad strokes answers here.
Yeah, so bro, if you've got social anxiety, then don't have a sort of preconceived expectation that people are judging your answers. They generally probably just want to get to know you as a person. They've heard a lot about you. They have seen and whatever about you. So just have normal conversation, bro. No one's sitting there thinking, oh, that sentence was 9 out of 10. That was 5 out of 10. No one thinks
Some people do, but they are extreme. Okay.
Yeah. But
if you're dealing with that person, don't worry, bro.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, and like I said, so banter takes time to develop with certain people. You're going to have different vibes with different people over different periods of time. So just try and get to know people, and that's it. And this is a thing I say to not just in this situation as though, but when somebody's having a conversation, don't always feel like you need to say something or contribute to a conversation. It's okay also to listen as well and ask questions back.
What you tend to find is when people are excited to meet you, if you ask them about them, they will actually think you take more of an avid interest in them. Oh, he's a really good listener, actually. Yeah, that's really nice. So just play the situation how you see fit. Some people might be really awkward to talk to you, and that might be their personality. So that's cool. I'm sure your missus will also tell you, your missus to be will tell you and warn you about people to stay clear of.
It's called
we all have them in our family, mate. It's very normal.
It's a briefing, right? You get a briefing, right?
Yeah.
This chacha's really weird. This chachi's really weird. But the Masi is really great. That kind of briefing, right?
Why is it that?
Oh my God. So get the briefing from your missus. Go in, make sure you look smart, have good breath.
Take mints.
Good. Make eye contact. And that's it, bro. Just be yourself, man. You're not there to impress anyone as such.
You'll be absolutely fine.
So don't try and make a good impression. I think if you just act as you are, you
also,
will make a good
if
impression.
you've impressed your missus, that's all that matters, really. And there is time to claw it back if you leave a really bad first impression. But I'm sure you'll be all right.
Yeah.
You clearly have your head screwed on if you're asking this question, you're thinking about it. Most guys go into it, wing it, and completely mess it up.
Her choosing you is a reflection. That's a good choice, and they should see that anyway. Yeah.
Right. Next question. What is doctor a specialist in? Can he do medical Q&A?
Yeah. So my interest is what we call acute medicine. So when you come into A&E, the job of A&E is to sift through what type of, do you need to be there? And you do need to be there. Are you broken bones? So you go to the bone doctors. Are you pediatric? Are you gynecology? But the majority of medical problems are when they come into general medicine. So within medicine, that means like a heart attack, a pneumonia, a stroke, kidney failure, cancer. That's all general medicine. And within that, I look at the acute medicine, which is the emergency side. So those conditions I mentioned.
There you go.
So happy to do a Q&A, not a problem.
Next, what would have been the maximum minimum amount you would have paid? Actually, no. What would have been the maximum amount you would have paid to have Diljit tickets?
I think based on things I've attended before. So like I said, Tony Robbins, where I paid £500 for a ticket. I've never seen Diljit. That's number one.
You'd be all right with the 500?
Yeah, I've never seen Diljit. Number one.
Wow. Okay.
Right. He's post Coachella for me. He's at the peak. He's one of the reasons now I think, we need to do it from a podcasting perspective on that level. Like, he really, really inspires me. And I'm all about the experience, man. If I'm going to pay that premium ticket, then I want the premium experience. In the same way I buy a premium economy ticket or business class ticket on a plane.
Me, I would have paid max what I paid the 160. That's it. Nothing more.
Okay.
No higher. Because that's a lot. No, it's I wouldn't even do that for Kanye West and Jay-Z. So, yeah.
And you know what? This man pays a lot more for the podcasting fees, so I know.
You absolutely know, man. If you could feature at the Olympics, what sport would you choose?
This is so good.
I would think you'd say swimming.
Yeah, I thought so.
But you've got to be long, innit? That's the thing.
Man, like everyone just out swimming, man.
Those guys are lengthy Monday, man.
The wingspan is just
unreal.
Yeah. Probably badminton.
Badminton. Yeah, you got no center of gravity.
That or table tennis. Yeah, or some undefined podcasting. If podcasting was a sport, I don't think
we would win, but we get far.
We dominate.
I would say
geography. You'd dominate.
I'd like to try archery.
Yes, that's actually, I could do that one. I do archery.
I'd like to try archery. Yeah. Don't jump on my bandwagon.
I do archery. I actually do archery.
That's nice. You had your go. You didn't say it. You had your go. You didn't say it. Yeah. Or shooting.
Oh, have you seen that dude?
The shooting.
Mr. Turkey.
The Mr. Singh as well.
I haven't seen Mr. Singh.
That was a Mr.
Have you seen Mr. Turkey though? Just chills.
That's it, bam. Silver.
Do you hear his backstory?
His backstory, he isn't an assassin.
No. He got into shooting.
Yeah.
Following basically his divorce. Heated an argument with his wife. He just took up shooting as a hobby. And that was it. She made him gussa. He got the silver. And then in his speech, he said, message to my wife, give my dog back or something. Like John Wick. Like God. John Wick is actual John Wick.
Fair play. All right. How did you and Doctor meet? Bangladesh team. We've been over this a few times, so check out previous episodes. But yeah, Bangladesh team, cornered him into a pod. He agreed, didn't care about it. Then he cared about it. Now we're here. That is the TLDR. Don't know what TLDR means. Too long, didn't read. Okay. Thank you. Next. Right. Who is the bigger GOAT? MJ, Diljit, or Jay-Z?
This is from Bal. But I feel like these are obviously the GOATs in different arenas.
Who's the GOATs of all GOATs? Ooh.
I think you can say that within each sport because they're obviously GOATs to different eras. But I don't know if you can do... Say the three people again. Jay-Z.
Diljit, MJ, Jay-Z. MJ could be Michael Jordan or Michael Jackson.
Could be. So I guess what is the question? Who's had the biggest impact? I think is that how you're assessing it?
No, it just depends. Everyone's got their own predefined parameters.
Well, recently I read this thing about...
Mine is cultural impact.
Exactly. So you use the word impact, but see, GOAT is different to who's been the most successful. That's something I read recently. And they were debating between Federer and Djokovic.
Yeah.
I think Federer had the more impact in his time. But Djokovic was most successful. Yeah. So personally for me, of the three...
I'd say Jay-Z, hands down.
Yeah, but you're definitely more into
hip hop.
Yeah, so then I guess for me, I'd say Diljit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dilj, wow, that's surprising. Okay.
If Virat Kohli was on the list, I'd say Virat Kohli. That would be my guy.
What do you wish you saw more of within your cultural community?
That's a good question. Ekta.
What does that mean?
Oneness. So this idea of collective success. You don't have to be crap for me to succeed. We can both succeed, even in the same field. The market share is big enough. The pie is big enough. For example, the brand content space, right? We can all happily have our own niches, our own audiences. We're bringing a live show to you next year, and it's going to be Indy and Doctor and friends. So you're going to see some of our very cool content creator friends. That's what I'd say. Ektanas, oneness. Collective success.
Yeah, I'd like to see more acceptance from other communities.
An example?
So let's say I think the whole brand community would thrive and go further if we all work together to back each other's causes. I said this on the episode with Tez, where if we all back each other's causes, we go far. And you're seeing this now with like the far right packy bashing happening at the moment. I think it would be good if we all just backed each other's cause like how we did in the 70s. And then after that happens, stay sticking together, looking out for
because
each
you
other.
get comfortable, then you're like the common enemies
not just dispersing again.
And go back to our own interfighting.
Exactly. I'd rather us all get along and try and find more things we have in common than what we don't like about each other. That'd be nice. But that's a very simplistic view, I know, and there's a lot more that goes into it, but that's what I would like to see. Have you seen the Canadian street shitting stuff? There's a thing on there's a thing at a petrol station.
Right.
And in Canada, and somebody photoshopped a picture of him by his car taking a shit in the middle of a petrol station.
So it's not real.
It's not real, but it's blown up on Canadian Twitter and it's gone viral. And it's just turned into anti-Sikh hate, basically, online in Canada.
But it's come out now that it's definitely a doctored image.
Correct, but I don't think that. I feel like
they don't care.
It's
already out there.
It's gone out of control. You can't go back and correct it. You can try, but no one's going to believe you. And even the person who's the gas station owner has come out and said, this is the real picture of the guy just putting petrol in his car. Someone just flipped it, inverted it, and made it look like he's taking a shit.
So you think that's intentional? The person flipping it is as in just trying to be funny, and now it's just gone.
Bro, you can ask anybody about their intentions of what it is, and they're going to always take the innocent route, right?
No, maybe not from asking, but from a somebody got an anti-Sikh agenda.
I don't know where
which part of Canada?
I have no idea. I'm just telling you stuff I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, one of our semi-viral videos, there was a comment in there. I don't know if you saw it, which was about can Sikhs please leave Canada?
Sorry?
Can Sikhs please leave Canada?
Yeah.
And I responded.
What's the problem exactly?
Yeah, I said, we're from the UK. Genuinely want to know what's the problem. But I have been watching from a distance, it's kind of rumbling. And, we've seen the vlogs from Sangtar. Not Sangtar, from Katapa. And there's certain parts of Canada which don't look like Canada, right? And I do feel sometimes I see them, I'm like, are they just feeling like, oh my God, these guys are coming here, taking over the country, making it like India?
Probably.
Yeah. And so, when I make those comments, like we need to integrate, and let's just talk about what that means now, because we've had an offline conversation
now.
Yeah, which about getting on with each other, and that includes the people that are already there.
That would be nice. But there has to be a want from both sides to go.
Absolutely.
You can't be having this superiority-inferiority complex.
No, and that's different to assimilating, which is fall into line. Yeah.
Very different. Okay. I felt so tall last week when I bumped into you and Doctor on Oxford Street when I was standing next to Doctor. Thanks, Pav. Appreciate that.
What's the question, Pav? There's no question there, mate.
His question was, do you believe in miracles? So where you from, you sexy thing? Sorry. Gone. Do I believe in miracles?
Define a miracle first.
This goes back to philosophy A-levels. So
you did philosophy A-level?
Yeah.
Really?
Religious studies. Half of it is.
But you did.
Half of it is philosophy. Half of it is.
You did philosophy A-level.
Half of it is philosophy, and half of it is studying the Bible.
I've been bashing you about geography at degree level, and you did philosophy A-level.
Yeah.
Mate, you're like more than 50% redeemed now, my.
Thanks.
Good A-level, man.
Thanks, man.
Very good. Go on then.
Yeah, I think if you look at the definition of a miracle, it's sort of it's iffy how you want to see it. Some define it as a
supernatural event.
Yeah, supernatural event. Yeah. Which means if you believe in a miracle, you believe in God.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm torn, but I do know that some supernatural, freakish, unexplained stuff happens.
I think that's.
And I don't know what that is. Whether you want to call that a miracle or just an event or a fluke, whatever you call it, I think there is something out there that causes that. I don't know what the cause of it is or how it comes about. Does that make any sense? Probably not. Yeah.
I think there are two definitions in my mind of a miracle. One is from Bruce Almighty when he says...
Yeah, but that's over-exaggerated cinema Hollywood.
Yeah, true. But this definition I like. So a miracle is one random act of kindness a day.
Correct.
So don't put the miracle on a pedestal and focus on doing random acts of kindness. Because for somebody else, that is a miracle.
Yeah.
Right? Because how they perceive it. A small thing for you is a big thing for them. From the other side, I think there are people who exist on this earth who have tremendous amounts of kirpa, or blessing, from the Creator, and are able, with His blessing, to do certain things, which you said, I agree with you, which we can't explain. But I don't feel, it's quite a conversation we're having today actually at the party, wasn't it? There are some things which are beyond our comprehension.
Yeah.
And the mind will never be able to comprehend them and rationalize them. So yes, I agree. There are miracles.
Would you both have a cook-off? Yes.
Yeah, Indy would win.
I'd do that.
You'd win, yeah, but I'd do it. Yeah.
Well, why would I win? Because I actually make food.
Yeah,
probably. You could do it.
Look, I can chop.
TikTok would teach you many things. You can teach you how to cook as well. It's very easy.
That's very true.
You can conquer one dish in a week.
That's very true.
And you can make it to perfect levels. So anything's doable.
It's about willingness, isn't it? Yeah.
Best way to learn Punjabi and not be shy about it. Well, funny you say this.
Dun, dun,
I've been
dun.
on Punjabi Pathways, their Punjabi course. That has been a very, very good way for me to learn Punjabi. They have handouts that are not just handouts from old school books. They're up to date, relevant. And they kind of teach you a formulaic approach of trying to speak Punjabi. So for example, it will give you a sentence and it will say, identify if the sentence is masculine or feminine, then identify if it's singular or plural. And then from there, everything around it will fall into place. And that's how you build sentences in Punjabi. And when you get that habit flowing in you, everything becomes a lot easier. Because the problem is sentence structure of how you get things prepared in your head. That has been very helpful for me as a visual learner, instead of just being corrected all the time, which is helpful, but it's not giving me live examples that I can go away and exhibit. And I work best from writing things down again and again to understand it.
Yeah. What you're talking about there with syntax is exactly that. It's sentence construction. Correct. The biggest thing that people have is they know what they want to say and then they try and say it, but they're having to live translate in their head. That makes it hard. The other thing I say is find a group of friends and set a timer and say, guys, for the next 5 minutes, we're going to struggle if we have to struggle, but speak Punjabi.
Yeah.
The more you speak it, even if you're taking phrases from a song, start somewhere. Yeah. Start saying words so you're familiar with the words themselves, but just speak.
Yep. And I think we've got time for a couple more. So next one. What's your thoughts on Monday who wear pathkas?
The real question?
Real question. I'm not even kidding.
Well,
I'm an excess.
Okay, I'm obviously very biased here because I wear pathka for like 90% of the time. I see no issue with it. Obviously, there's a big school of thought, which is when you get to a certain age, pathka for boys And I guess what the West has done here is they've delineated between Jura up patka and Jura back patka. For example, Monty Python start playing cricket, right? So, and I think that's allowed people who are more or older to then wear patka for longer periods of time. That's not to say that we shouldn't be learning how to tie pagga and dastara. So it's not one to replace the other, but I think there are different scenarios for wearing one or the other. For example, when playing sports, you might be more comfortable wearing patka over wearing dastara.
Exactly what he said.
And also
That's how I feel.
Look at the Midnight Boys clip.
I was for Midnight, we love you boys, but you guys are anti-patke, man. And they're like, except you guys. We're like, oh, okay. All right, cheers. Love boys. All right. What's the goal for you guys? I absolutely love listening to you guys next week, and I'm excited to see. Thanks, Jug. Appreciate it, bro. Live shows, doing this all the time. That's the aim. That would be lovely. Whether that happens, probably a matter of time in my eyes. I think it will happen in the future.
Yep.
It's just how we get there. So
yeah,
that's the future. That's what we want to do. Live shows, come see people, come meet and greets. Just have a good time and film content all the time. That'd be wicked.
That's it. Simply it.
Baby steps, man. Baby steps. You agree?
I agree completely. I mean, you've said what I've been saying for 180 episodes. Now you actually believe
Congratulations.
it. Congratulations.
You wore me down. 180 episodes in.
Attrition.
What do you miss most about your childhood in regards to family dynamics? This is actually my favorite question, so I'll save it till last. I miss not knowing things.
Why?
About my family.
Oh, I see.
I miss not knowing
the dark
who
side.
is actually a terrible person and who is a nice person. Because that
so
way
you're
I
saying, I miss being naive. That's what you're saying.
As a kid, yeah, because it's nice.
Oblivious.
All you had to do was go home and you're like, okay, I'm going to go home. I got roti made for me. The max I got to do is like have a bath and do my homework. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything's done for you.
Yeah.
That's what I miss about childhood. Now you've got all this responsibility.
So I was going to say, you miss the time of that responsibility.
You have family members you don't like because you know too much about their crappy past behaviors. And you're like, or they've done some of that behavior to you and you're like, oh, I'm old enough to understand that that's not okay. I miss that. The blissful unawareness is what I miss. How about you?
I miss, obviously my sister's married now, Jazz is married. So when you're young, obviously your siblings are like everything, right? That's your best friend and everything. You do everything together. So I miss having Jazz around and just making up games, going to holiday in India every year for some holidays, spending time with Nani Ji, Nana Ji. I miss that, man. It's a simpler time, and I agree with your point there. You don't know how much responsibility is coming to you in the future, but you have this race that I want to be older because you think there'll be money.
I wish someone told me to just enjoy my childhood more. I really do.
Yeah, like school is, generally you go to school.
Your biggest stress is like, did I get good grades?
To learn, right? To be taught. So just all day is exercising your mind if you choose to do it and spend time with your mates. And the thing that always I think about is like, when you were at school and then you had like, say you went out with your mates, right? And your parents gave you some money.
Yeah.
It's not like you ran out of money. That money went really far, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, now, honestly,
no, it's all gone.
Yeah, no, it's all gone. It's like when we had nothing, we had everything. And now we have these things, but it's like,
like you said, you know too much. I also miss I miss my grandma a lot.
Yeah.
And I wish that I had the chance to get to know my granddad, my dad's dad. He died when I was really young, so I don't remember him that well. I remember a few moments, but I never got to talk to him properly. And even though my Punjabi isn't great now, I could still listen to him speak. And he used to have this really high-pitched voice.
Okay.
But he was stern and he was a man of few words. And I just wish I had more time with him so I could ask him questions because he fought in the war. And I was like, what was that like? And I just want to ask him all those things and just get that insider info that I never got to see. Or what was it like coming back from India and being given land in Punjab? Like, how was it then to now? And he would have seen the evolution. And that to me is big, but I'm never going to know that. I can get it secondhand off my dad, which is great. But I just wish I could have met him and speak to him. There was one point where, I'm getting a bit deep now. There was one point when he was getting old and he was struggling to remember who was who. And I think he only remembered my brother at one point. Yeah. So my brother would have to sit with him and help him eat because he would only listen to my brother to eat. He would only recognize him. And I was like, I never saw that because I was young and I never knew. But that's quite heartbreaking. Sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say, what you're saying is right. The issue is at that younger stage in life, you don't really have the soji, the thinking, the evolution of your brain to think about these meaningful things. So what I'd say to people is, look, if you're like, I don't know, 20 years plus, right, and you're, let's say, a little bit more mature, that your brain still develops at 25, and you have grandparents who are still alive, sit down with them and actually, like, for example, with my nanny, I've got a collection of voice notes, which I need to piece together. Yeah. Which, like, you know, I was asking her questions, different periods of her life. We know there's people who write books now and autobiographies. We know people like Jassa Luwalia, who's did recordings of his grandparents, and like interview them, ask questions, preserve the memories. So yeah, really, the guys did. And I've recently found this when speaking with my dad. Like, remember, we forget that they were our age once, right? That's one thing, because we're in this dynamic where you are our parents and therefore you're authoritarian. But as you get older and that becomes more of a friendship, there's actually so much wisdom, because your struggles, your thoughts, your things, if they're not exactly the same, they'll be able to relate to it. They're like, yep, I thought that. This will happen. You'll get there. Like, you know, whatever. And it actually, there's so much untapped wisdom. And it's always a funny thing when, say we talk about CSK, right? You're his son, which means you've been around him a lot longer. And sometimes we have this thing where, say, if I, as an outsider, spend some time with him, I might come up to him like, Indy, your dad's amazing, man. He like told me all this stuff, right? And the person who's the son will be like, really? Because
you don't see it.
Because you're just too used to it, and therefore you don't have it's just you do the day-to-day, oh, I should take the bins out. You have that normal conversation, but you don't have a like real conversation. So one thing I've started doing is when me and Dad are on the way to Meher's house in Surrey, we're in the car. So really, like when we were on the way to when Meher had a baby, Elahi, and I said, Dad, if you could be in a room with 3 people, who would it be? And he sat there, really quiet. I thought he forgot about the question, and then he came back, and then he was like, Hitler, Ho Chi Minh.
Why Hitler?
He's like, he did all this stuff.
But you want to understand why?
But why? Yeah. So Hitler, Ho Chi Minh, the guy, I think the liberator of Vietnam. And the third one, I think he said Barack Obama. And then asked him like, why? And there's so much there. And then we went on to, so what do you think is the purpose of life? Or like recently asked my chacha, I was like, what do you think your legacy will be? When you leave? Like, there's so much in conversation. And so just have these conversations with the people around you, man.
Yeah, we've kind of gone off a bit off topic, but it has spurred good thoughts. Yeah. Good questions, people. We couldn't go through all of them. Those are the best ones.
Thank you.
Next time, making good, man, because competition's high, as you can see. People, thank you so much for listening. Please like the video on the way out.
Bye.
Let us know if you were successful in buying tickets. And we do love Diljit. This wasn't a hating episode. This is just explaining the scenario to those who were on the outside, those who were in it, giving them sympathy and understanding their pain. Much love. Karan, congratulations on our first bug-wearing episode.
Thank you. Yes.
Goodbye, people.
Thank you guys for watching. Check out the rest of our episodes here, and don't forget to subscribe here. We'll see you guys on the next one.